Hey there. If you've ever been at a party and everyone suddenly starts yelling at the TV, talking about touchdowns and fourth down, while you're quietly wondering, wait, why is this called football when they barely use their feet? This series is made exactly for you. Welcome to part 1 of the Complete Beginner's Guide to the NFL, the National Football League. By the end of these 4 videos, you'll go from I have no idea what's happening to confidently explaining plays to your friends. First things first, let's clear up the biggest confusion on planet Earth. This sport is called American football. The game you probably know as football everywhere else in the world is called soccer in the United States. Why the name mix-up? Way back in the 1800s, American colleges took the English game of rugby, changed a bunch of rules, and eventually created a new sport where you mostly carry and throw an oval ball instead of kicking it. They still called it football because tradition is stubborn. So now the rest of the world calls it soccer, and America calls this football. Mystery solved. Okay, so what actually is the NFL? The NFL is the top professional league for American football in the world. It has 32 teams, all based in the United States. Every year, these teams fight through a season to win the ultimate prize, the Super Bowl and the shiny Lombardi Trophy. Think of it like this. The Premier League or Champions League is to soccer. The NFL is to American football. It's the biggest, richest, most watched version of the sport. The Super Bowl alone gets over 100 million viewers, more than most World Cup finals. Here's what makes the NFL special for beginners. Every single play feels like a mini battle with its own strategy. Games are only once a week, so it's super easy to follow. The season builds for 5 months toward one massive final game, the Super Bowl, which is basically a national holiday in America. Still with me? Perfect, because right now you already know more than most beginners. In this 4-part series, here's what we're going to cover so you never feel lost again. Part 1. What the NFL is plus the absolute basics. Part 2. Teams, conferences, divisions, and famous rivalries. Part 3. How a football game actually works. Part 4. The season, playoffs, Super Bowl, and how to jump in as a brand new fan. Let's start with the very first thing you see when you watch a game, the field and the ball. The field is 100 yards long. That's about 91 meters, plus 2 10-yard end zones at each end. The white lines every 5 yards help everyone see how far the team needs to go. The ball is oval and pointy at both ends. We call it a pigskin, even though it's not made of pig anymore. It's designed to be easy to throw in a perfect spiral. Scoring. Super simple to remember. Touchdown equals 6 points, extra point equals 1 point or 2 points. Field goal equals 3 points, safety equals 2 points. That's it. If you know those 4 ways to score, you already understand 95% of what the commentators are excited about. One last beginner tip before we wrap part 1. A football game has 4 15-minute quarters, but because the clock stops a lot, a real game usually lasts about 3 to 3.5 hours. Perfect length for snacks and friends. That's your crash course intro. You now officially know what the NFL is, why it's not soccer, and how points work. Hit that like button if you're already feeling less confused. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss part 2, where we'll meet all 32 teams and discover which ones have the craziest fans. Drop a comment and tell me, where are you watching from, and why do you want to learn about the NFL today? See you in the next one. Let's go.
Welcome back. If you watch part 1, you now know the NFL is American football, how points work, and why the ball looks like a giant brown almond. Today in part 2, we're answering the question every beginner asks next. Okay, but who actually plays in this league? Get ready, because we're about to meet all 32 teams, discover why the country is split into 2 giant conferences, and reveal the rivalries that turn normal humans into screaming superfans. Let's jump in. There are 32 professional NFL teams, all in the United States, from freezing Green Bay, Wisconsin, to sunny Miami, Florida. These 32 teams are perfectly split into 2 big groups called conferences. The NFC, National Football Conference, with 16 teams, and the AFC, American Football Conference, also with 16 teams. Think of it like the 2 halves of a bracket in a massive tournament that lasts 5 months, each vying for supremacy. Each conference is then divided into 4 geographic divisions: North, South, East, and West. That's 8 total divisions. Why geographic? So teams that are close to each other play twice a year, and that's where the best rivalries are born. Let me show you the division super quick. Don't worry about memorizing everything right now. Just get the big picture. Starting with the NFC side, on a crimson-red background, we have the NFC East, Dallas Cowboys, Philadelphia Eagles, New York Giants, Washington Commanders. This is often considered the most hated and most watched division in football, known for its intense matchups and passionate fan bases. Green Bay Packers, Chicago Bears, Detroit Lions, Minnesota Vikings. These are cold weather classics, with the Packers famously owned by over 500,000 fans. Then, the NFC South, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Atlanta Falcons, Carolina Panthers, New Orleans Saints. Tom Brady even won a Super Bowl ring here recently. Finally, the NFC West, San Francisco 49ers, Los Angeles Rams, Seattle Seahawks, Arizona Cardinals. This division boasts beautiful stadiums and famously loud 12th-man crowds. Now, let's switch to the AFC side, presented on a royal blue background. The AFC East features the Buffalo Bills, Miami Dolphins, New England Patriots, and New York Jets. This division used to be Tom Brady's playground for 20 years, a testament to its competitive history. Next, the AFC North, Pittsburgh Steelers, Baltimore Ravens, Cleveland Browns, Cincinnati Bengals. This is known as the toughest, most physical division, where black and yellow towels are everywhere. Moving to the AFC South, Indianapolis Colts, Tennessee Titans, Jacksonville Jaguars, Houston Texans. This division is characterized by big domes and delicious barbecue. And finally, the AFC West, Kansas City Chiefs, Los Angeles Chargers, Las Vegas Raiders, Denver Broncos. Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs are currently the team everyone loves or loves to hate. Every single one of these teams has diehard fans who truly believe their city invented football. And the best part? Some of these teams hate each other with a passion that goes back 50 to 100 years. Here are the 3 rivalries every beginner should know right now, showcasing the deep-seated emotions and history. First, the Dallas Cowboys versus Philadelphia Eagles. This is America's team against the city that once booed Santa Claus. Pure chaos on the field and in the stands. Next, the Pittsburgh Steelers versus Baltimore Ravens. These are smash-mouth, hard-hitting defensive battles. These games truly feel like medieval contests of strength and will. And finally, the Green Bay Packers versus Chicago Bears. This is the oldest rivalry in the NFL. They've been playing since 1921, with over 200 games between them. Pro tip for new fans. You don't have to pick a team today, but when you do, pick one with a rivalry you love. The trash talk is half the fun. Quick ways beginners usually choose a team include picking your city or closest city, or perhaps a team with cool colors or a distinctive helmet, like the Chargers powder blue. You might also choose a team because of a superstar player you like, such as Patrick Mahomes or Lamar Jackson, or simply whoever beats the team your annoying friend loves. That's it for part 2. You now know there are 32 teams, 2 conferences, 8 divisions, and some rivalries that make grown adults cry on Thanksgiving. Next time in part 3, we finally answer the question that confuses every beginner. Why do they keep stopping the clock? What are these downs? And how does a single play actually work? Trust me, once you understand downs and the play clock, the whole game suddenly makes sense. It's the key to unlocking your full appreciation of football. Smash the like button if you learned something new today. Subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss part 3. It's the one that turns confusion into "OH, that's why" moments. Comment below. Which team's colors or city are you leaning toward right now? I read every single one. See you in the next one. We're about to make football click for you forever. Welcome back. If you've made it to part 3, you already know what the NFL is, the 32 teams, and why fans hate each other on Thanksgiving. Now we answer the single biggest beginner question in all of American football. Wait, what just happened? Why did they stop? What are downs? Why is everyone yelling 4th down like it's life or death? Today is the day the entire sport finally clicks. This is the video you'll want to rewatch every time someone new asks you to explain football. Let's do it. Every single play in football is like a mini game of capture the flag with 4 attempts. The team with the ball is the offense. The team trying to stop them is the defense. Here's the golden rule that unlocks everything. The offense gets 4 attempts to move the ball 10 yards forward. If they gain 10 yards, they get a fresh set of 4 downs, called a first down. If they don't get 10 yards in 4 tries, the other team gets the ball. That's it. That's the entire engine of football. You'll see 2 important lines on TV. The white line is where the offense needs to reach, known as the line to gain. The glowing yellow line, often TV magic, is the first down marker. Commentators count like this. First down equals try number 1. Second down is try number 2. Third down is try number 3. And this one is huge. Fourth down is the last chance. Most teams give up on fourth down and punt the ball away, unless they're feeling brave. See, suddenly the commentary makes sense. Now, how does a play actually start and stop? Every offensive play begins with the snap. The center hikes the ball to the quarterback. The play clock, 40 seconds, and the game clock both start running. The play is dead when a player with the ball is tackled and brought to the ground, or the ball carrier steps out of bounds. It's also dead if a pass hits the ground, which is an incomplete pass, or when a player scores. When the play ends, the game clock stops. This is why NFL games take 3+ hours even though there's only 60 minutes of actual time. Quick cheat sheet of the most common clock stoppers. An incomplete pass stops the clock, and a runner out of bounds also stops the clock. A first down stops the clock briefly to move the chains, and a score also stops the clock. Each team gets 3 timeouts per half, and there's an automatic timeout at 2 minutes left in each half, called the 2-minute warning. That's why the end of each half feels like a completely different sport. The clock becomes a weapon. Bonus beginner knowledge. 2 formations you'll hear all the time. Shotgun, where the QB stands 5 to 7 yards behind center, great for passing. And under center, which is traditional and great for running. And 3 basic play types. Run, where you hand the ball to a running back. Pass, where the quarterback throws it. And play action, where you fake a run, then pass, which fools the defense. Watch for these, and you'll look like a genius. That's it. You now understand downs, why the clock is crazy, and how every single play works. Football just went from confusing chaos to the most strategic sport on the planet. Next up in part 4, the season schedule, playoffs, the Super Bowl, and exactly how to jump in as a brand new fan, including the easiest ways to pick your team and never miss a game. Smash like if the game finally makes sense, subscribe and hit the bell because part 4 is the grand finale you don't want to miss. Comment the one thing that used to confuse you the most. Fourth down? The yellow line? I read every single comment. See you in the final part. We're turning you into a real NFL fan. Welcome to the grand finale. If you've watched parts 1 to 3, you now know what the NFL is, the 32 teams, how downs work, and why the clock makes everyone crazy. Today we put it all together. How the season actually works, why the playoffs are the best reality TV drama on earth, what the Super Bowl really means, and most importantly, exactly how you become a real fan starting this weekend, even if you've never watched a single snap before. Let's finish strong. The NFL year looks like this. April, the draft, college stars get picked by teams. August, preseason. September, early January, the 18-week regular season. Each team plays 17 games, with 1 bye week. Thursday night football, Sunday 1 p.m. and 4 p.m. games, Sunday night. And Monday night equals football almost every day. Every game matters because only the top 14 teams make the playoffs. Playoffs equals single elimination, pure stakes. Wild card weekend, divisional round, conference championships. Super Bowl equals the final game, NFC champion versus AFC champion. The Super Bowl is always on the second Sunday in February, and it is massive. 115 million viewers, insane halftime show, crazy commercials that cost $7 million for 30 seconds. Basically America's biggest party. Winning the Super Bowl equals winning a ring and immortality. Fun fact for new fans. The team with the most rings ever? The New England Patriots and Pittsburgh Steelers. The current Kings? Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. They're going for a historic three-peat right now in 2025. Here's exactly how you become a real NFL fan this week. Zero stress. Pick one team to root for. Easiest ways. Your closest city, coolest uniforms, a player you already know, or just whoever is playing the team your annoying coworker loves. Watch one game this Sunday. Start with the 1 p.m. Eastern Time games, or pick the primetime game. They always put the best matchups on Sunday night or Monday night. Use the free NFL app or YouTube highlights. 10-minute condensed games equals the entire game with only the plays, no commercials. Perfect for busy people. Join a free fantasy league or pick in pool next season. Makes every game matter even if your team isn't playing. Follow these YouTube/Instagram/TikTok accounts for daily 60-second breakdowns. Do those 5 things, and within 2 weeks you'll be texting your friends, "How did we not convert on 3rd and 2? Like a pro. That's it, my friend. You just went from 0 to NFL ready in 4 short videos. You now know more than millions of casual Super Bowl party attendees, and you did it the right way. The season is happening right now in 2025. There's never been a better time to jump in. Hit that like button if football finally makes sense. Subscribe and turn on notifications because I'll be dropping team deep dives, weekly recaps, and more beginner guides all season long. Most important question in the comments. Which team are you leaning toward right now? Drop the name or emoji. I answer every single one. Thank you for watching the entire series. Welcome to the NFL family. Now go find this week's schedule. Your new favorite team is waiting. See you under the next video. And as they say at every stadium, let's go.